We had a bad first quarter, which now is in the books, and we're turning that around. We've got a shooting reduction over the last 10 weeks, where we've won 9 of the last 10 weeks as far as shootings go.
By comparison to the year before, is that
correct? Yes, and with that, the murder number is starting to follow. We're down by about 17% in the last 4 weeks in murder. You know, the gangs have been in Chicago for a very long time, up to 60 years, I'm told.
Right, and I just read something where there are more gangs here than in any other major city. Is that true?
That's what I'm being told, and I don't know where that data comes from, Dean. But I have read that we have more gang members in the city of Chicago than any other city in the country. But what is factual, because we just did it, was we created a gang audit. We sat down and we looked at the map of the city on district by district level, and we chronicled who's in which gang, what turfs they call their own, who they're in conflict with, and how many gangs there are. And we came up with 59 separate gangs with more than 600 factions of those gangs. We have an absolutely inexcusable level of violence in this city, which is interesting in that when people ask me, well, why are we changing the way we do business? Because, you know, we were doing fine. Well, we were doing fine with 3 times the murder rate of New York City. To me, that's not fine. I don't think that we should celebrate 400 murders. And we're looking for ways to get the goal is 0. 0 murders, 0 shootings.
Is the problem here worse than other major cities, or does it just get more attention?
I think it's both, you know, and the best example, I mean, I'm very familiar with New York for obvious reasons. I spent 25 years there. We're 1/3 the size of New York City, and we were celebrating the same number of murders. And I don't think that we should set the bar that low. I don't think we should say that, you know, having 3 times the murder rate per capita of New York City is a good thing. And we're looking for ways to get way below that. At the same time, you know, and I'm accountable for it, so I'm okay with that. We need a little bit of help with the perception, and sometimes we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot, no pun intended, as far as that's concerned, with the way that we put out information and talk about what's happening in the city. Are we doing better than last year at this point? Right now, yeah, absolutely we are. We had a problem earlier in the year. We've created some solutions. It's working. That's not what's getting out, which is a little bit frustrating.
I mean, are you blaming yourself? You mean you're alarmist, or I don't quite follow how?
I'm blaming well, I always blame myself. I'm my worst critic, believe it or not, out of all the people out there. But at the same time, are we doing better than last year? Yeah, we are.